Hello and welcome back to Watching Brief for the month of January 2019. It is a bright, shiny new year, although I have to say the weather doesn't quite reflect it, does it? It's a bit...
No, I mean, and a belated Happy New Year to you, Mark, and to our listener.
Yeah. Oh, yes, of course. Yes, Happy New Year. Yes.
But on the 1st of February, as we're sat here recording this. But no, you're quite right. Certainly here in London, we woke up to sort of Narnia with gorgeous, shining new snow on the ground. But 8 hours later, looking out the window about 5 o'clock, and it is a grey, dystopian, drizzly nothingness, which probably, broadly speaking, matches the national mood at the moment. So there we go.
although to be fair, this month we and I think until maybe March, hopefully, we have a bit of a Brexit swear jar going on, don't we? I said it. Oh, okay, fine. Okay, yes, I'll donate 50p to it.
Just to make that clear to our listener, any mention of the B word and it's a pound in the Brexit. I only used the word syllable. In the swear jar, and any contents will go to a charity of our choice.
Okay, cool. So that's 50p for me then immediately. But nonetheless, we are here to continue our ongoing watching brief, and essentially examine, discuss, and present archaeological news from the past month for you guys at home to think about, to comment on below, and hopefully add to the conversation. And this month has been an interesting one. We've had an odd theme present itself, given that January is normally quite a dry month, quite a barren month for archaeological news, isn't it? It's been almost a month of oddities. And I mean, as you often say, it's almost like a silly season, isn't it, in that sense?
The silly season in England is traditionally in August, but it's as though we're getting it 7 months early. You know, even a serious archaeological find like the discovery of the remains of the explorer mapmaker Captain Matthew Flinders in a HS2 excavation of a Victorian cemetery in Euston in London it is a slightly left field one. Yeah,
it's been interesting. But before we dive into the news stories, though, for the month, we're just going to kick off by, first of all, quickly presenting you at home, that is, with our link of the month, because this one is potentially quite important, isn't it? What will people find when they click on this month's link of the month?
When they click just down there on the link of the month, what they'll be looking at is the consultation that has been launched by the Department for Digital Culture, Media and Sport into the function of the Treasure Act 1996 and the code of practice and the procedures that surround it for the finding of cultural material that at the moment it's largely material that contains a body of precious metal, although it can also include, for example, to take in hoards, a group of 5 or more coins that are found in a pottery vessel. All of them count as the find, not just the precious metal objects, which would have been the case under the previous law of treasure trove. So the Act was, as it says, it came in 1996. It led to the creation of the Portable Antiquities Scheme, which a series of professional and also volunteer finds liaison officers across the country log finds that are reported to them by members of the public, most of them by metal detectorists, it has to be said, although anybody can actually use the services of a Portable Antiquities Scheme FLO. The consultation has come about largely because of an incident a few years ago in the Lake District when a very ornate Roman parade helmet, which became known as the Crosby Garrett helmet, was found by a metal detectorist. It's a unique find, it's a magnificent find, but because it was copper alloy and contained no precious metal, it couldn't be registered under the Treasure Act, which resulted in it being sold privately, and it's now in a private collection. Nobody can see it, nobody can study it. And that was seen as exposing a major flaw in the PAS. So one of the things that the principal thing that they're consulting on here is to redefine treasure as an object of any material that has a valuation of over £10,000.
Okay.
So therefore, potentially, you could find, for example, a Roman leather tunic that, if it turned up in an auction room, would be valued at £10,000 and a penny, and that would now count as treasure, whereas previously it wouldn't have done.
Okay, that's pretty good actually, because hopefully it will encourage more of those low value finds to be reported. So someone that is essentially looking for a bit of a payout, and they would otherwise dismiss biodegradable or non-precious metal items that they come across on their travels and their searching. This may well lead to more of those turning up in the Portable Antiquities scheme. I mean, that's probably a good thing, isn't it?
That's the hope, although it's that particular aspect of the consultation has already faced criticism in the archaeology social media today, because people have said that, wait a minute, this is basically equating archaeological and heritage value with commercial value. It's always been a criticism of the PAS that the two things should actually be divorced. It's standard archaeological ethics that we never put a commercial value on anything.
Well, no, but I mean, to be fair, come on, I mean, you've got to deal with the real world, and the real world involves people who find things and don't want to report it if they can make a quick buck. So
absolutely, and the PAS was designed to try and reduce that to a minimum.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah,
it was. I've always regarded, and again, it might be controversial, and perhaps to some of our people watching this who maybe are metal detectorists, but personal view, alarm, klaxon. I've always seen the PAS as damage limitation. Metal detecting was happening, fines weren't being reported, therefore it created a mechanism to report fines. But at the same time allowing people to commercially exploit those fines through sale to an auction room or privately, if within the Treasure Act. So anyway, it's about more than that, and I should just say, just to finish off this particular segment, the consultation is also about finding suggestions for a sustainable future for the Portable Antiquities scheme, which has been under stress financially over the last few years, like every other branch of UK archaeology. And also it's asking for ideas about making the whole system more effective. And again, one of the criticisms this time from the metal detecting fraternity has been that the panel of valuers that the British Museum uses sometimes undervalues fines compared to the valuation they might be given by an auction house. So therefore they get less money.
So maybe a move towards independent valuation, this kind of thing, perhaps,
or a different way of valuing. You get three? It's like your three estate agents. You get three different values. Get three auction houses to go. And you do an average of the three. There's all sorts of ways it might happen. People might say actually, the whole system should be ripped up and start again with no. You should get a standard reward of 50 quid or whatever for handing something over, or no reward at all. There's it's there for consultation. You can respond online. You can respond by email, and you can also, even if you want to, you can even use snail mail, because they give a postal address as well.
No carrier pigeons though.
No carrier pigeons. Although actually, I think it's the if you've got a carrier pigeon that could turn up at the DCMS at 100 Parliament Street, London SW1A, I'm sure they'd probably take it in.
Yeah, the Pigeon Antiquities scheme. They're brilliant. Yeah.
Well, there we go. You could submit that as a suggestion to the consultation.
Yeah, you need a rebranding exercise. Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, if you're going to do that, you've got until the 30th of April. At 11:45 in the evening to get your submission in, so to breed and train your pigeon and get the writing small enough to fit in that little thing on its leg, then But I think, in all seriousness, it's probably one of the more important consultations that we've talked about since we started watching Brief, and we've talked about a number now. I think anybody who's got an interest in archaeology, portable heritage, artifacts, cultural studies needs to respond to this.
Okay, excellent.